me they got that in slow motion.
Doing the right thing is messy. But if you want to fight for what's right, sometimes you have to fight dirty.
It lives up to the hype, plus plus.
They probably won't even make a 3.
Yeah, why would they? Stop it too. You killed it.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to Real Time for the real everyday movie fan. I'm Josh Williams.
And I'm Ryan Murphy.
And today we are giving you our real-time review of Deadpool 2. Sorry it took us so long to get this up. We both had some crazy schedules this past month. A lot of stuff has happened with the both of us.
We also just didn't have the resources. We've
lost
our editing resources.
Yes, we lost our editing resources, so
we're
it's
going to be
giving
just
us,
like dumping a ton of crap on
Yeah,
you.
this weekend we'll probably be dumping a ton of stuff onto this on the net. Our editing resource that we would typically have was out of commission for quite a while. So that was
back
the other.
now? Are we
It
good?
should be, yes.
Okay.
It should be back now. It should be good to go. I talked to Todd, the guy who we partner with. I talked to him about it. But besides that, we're gonna get right into this. Who is all in Deadpool 2?
Ryan, well, it's cool because this Josh and Ryan are going to talk about the other Josh and Ryan and how they did. This movie stars Ryan Reynolds and Josh Brolin, Zazie Beetz, Brianna Hildebrand, Marina Baccarin, T.J. Miller, and Julian Dennison. So
Yep, quite a bit of people.
Terry Crews as well, yeah.
Terry Crews in there for a brief moment.
Really? Is it only a brief moment?
He's in there. So I'll just say he's in there, and he gets a little time to shine and everything. A lot of other people do. There's some surprise cameos in there as well. I thought was kind of funny. But besides that, I think I was the only one to see this, right? You didn't get a chance to check this out?
I did not quite get a chance. No, it's been, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll hopefully get him a chance to, because you still like the first Deadpool quite a bit,
Yes.
and this one still holds up. I still really
What's
enjoy
your
this
score?
movie. I'm gonna probably still give it, like I gave Deadpool 1, 8.5 out of 10.
Okay.
There's still a couple points where I thought certain parts of the movie dragged a little bit, or sort of played it out a little too long. There was a scene towards the end I'll get into a little bit as one of my negatives, and there's a couple other small things. But other than that, I mean, this movie, it captures lightning a ball twice. It's still just as funny as the first one. The action's still just as great. What I kind of liked, too, was they actually got to explore Deadpool's character a little bit more. You know, Wade's character a little bit more with as far as, like, him and his girlfriend or his fiancée, whatever you want to call her. And you kind of got some more in-depth characterization with him. Some people may say that slowed it down a little bit because they're so used to like the quick pace of the first one, but I kind of liked it because you got to explore his character a little bit more, gave him a little more humanity, and he's not just this, shit-talking action star, and I like that. But to me, the other highlight, just like he was in Avengers, was Josh Brolin as Cable. I mean, he's so good as Cable, and he is such. They do change up quite a bit of why he goes back in time and everything, but I do think the change is still just as good as justified, and he does a great job just playing the character and bringing it to life, more so than I could ever have expected for a person playing Cable, because this is his first time ever being in live action, and it was just better than I expected. I mean, he was such a badass, and just that kind of incorporates with the rest of the cast too. I mean, the kid, Julian Dennison, he kind of plays, I guess you want to call it, in a sense, the antagonist in a weird way. Antagonist, not antagonist. It's kind of a weird jumble of you're not really sure who exactly is the antagonist, because at one point Josh Brolin is, sort of, and then, some stuff happens. But still, he's really good. If you haven't seen what was it called?
The Hunt for the
Willoughbys.
We watched.
Yeah, we watched, and he was really good in that too. I think he must be glad because he gets to say so many cuss words as a young kid. And it's funny that he's 15. He can't even see his own movie. Like there's a thing on the news that he actually can't even see his own movie because he's only 15.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty funny. But he did a great job too. I mean, he had a lot of great chemistry with Ryan Reynolds and the rest of the cast as well. I mean, he really played off of him really well, and I thought he did a great job too. That was kind of some of the biggest things I loved about this movie.
Yeah, I mean, I really like the first Deadpool just because, I mean, let's be honest, it was funny.
It was
just
so
a
funny.
String of one-liners and stuff that was funny. It was like a 2-hour comedy routine. It didn't really have a whole lot more to it than that. It was a funny movie. And I actually read in the paper that the review in the paper said this movie is as funny as the first one, but it has a better story.
It does, actually. And to me, because the first one was kind of very, very simplistic. It was kind of more of an origin story, and it was very simplistic. And this one had a little more depth to it. Like I said, 'cause it takes time to you get to know Ryan Reynolds' character more with him and his girlfriend, and with Josh Brolin's character with what his motives are, and you can see it's almost like when he wasn't Thanos. You feel why he's doing what he's doing, whether it's right or wrong, and you understand it. And there's this kind of like this determination in his eyes when he plays this character, and I loved it. And I would actually agree with that too. And it's kind of in a weird way, because the first one was kind of like a love story. This one, in a weird way, is kind of a family film in its own twisted way. Yeah. So I kind of like that too. There was a couple really cool cameos. Since this is non-spoiler rated, I won't get into it. I mean, it's actually been out for quite a few weeks. I mean, maybe I could give out a couple of things, but there's one fun little cameo in this movie that I'd maybe not want to say with this for spoiler free. But there's quite a few little extra X-Men characters who make their cameo in this movie. That's actually kind of funny. But yeah, besides that, the only real few negatives I had is towards the end. There's a couple scenes where I feel like they were doing it on purpose to drag out a certain like dramatic scene towards the end. I think they were doing it on purpose just kind of make fun of the fact that sometimes movies have these certain scenes. But at the same time, even though it's trying to make fun of it, it still dragged too long for me. I was just kind of like, okay, this is kind of starting to get repetitive. It's starting to get a little annoying. Can we move along? And that was one of the only really big things. Other than that, there are a couple spots here where the pacing's a little off in a couple of spots. I did believe so, where things are going at a decent pace, but then things really kind of slowed down at a snail's pace, but then kicked back up again, to where I didn't feel like it was more smooth as the first one was. But other than that, that's really it. I mean, I really love this movie. I can highly recommend people check this out. I want to take him to go see it, hopefully when he has time, when he's working so much. But yeah, it's so funny. Go check this out if you haven't seen it already. I'm surprised if you haven't seen it. Why haven't you? But yeah, go check this out. There'll be a lot of fun little cameos. If you also see in some of the trailers now, it's out there now. Juggernaut makes an appearance in the film, which actually is kind of cool. It's been out there for quite a while. Some people, I guess, it's a surprise to him.
So spoiler.
Spoiler. Sorry, my bad, buddy. But he makes an appearance. There's a couple other appearances, like I said, that I won't get into. They're actually kind of really cool. And I did have one other negative. I did feel like Negasonic Teenage Warhead. Her name, with the actual actress, is Brianna Hildebrand. She didn't get as much screen time as I would hope for in this movie. She kind of actually got put on the back burner, which I didn't like because I loved her so much in the first one, where you still get to see her every now and then and she's still there. She just didn't get as enough attention as she did in the first one, which I understand they're trying to do like the X-Force thing and everything like that. But I mean, I wish she would have had more time, because when they introduced Domino as well, she got a lot of screen time and she was great, but I just kind of wanted Negason to get her more time to shine. But that was really it. Go check this out, and I guarantee you will enjoy it.
All right, folks, that'll do us for today at Real Time. What did you think of Deadpool 2? Have you seen it? Leave your comments in the section below, and please let us know what you thought. Also, subscribe to our channel so you can see more of our content in the future. And until next time, I'm Ryan Murphy.
And I'm Josh Williams.
And thank you for keeping it real.
With Real Time.